Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be your video for the full moon in Aries. We're going to be going over the summary, looking at the chart, telling you what's going on, how this can play out, then go through the main aspects about this full moon, and then towards the end of the video, I will be going over each 12 sign and looking at the chart, showing you guys which house this is being taken place in, and give you a couple explanations of how this could play out for all of you guys. So let's get started. This full moon, if you see right here, it's at the bottom of the chart in Aries. This full moon is at 16 degrees 32 minutes of the sign of Aries at 1:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on October 9th. So this full moon is going to be a very emotional lunation full moon, because not only is the moon in a fire sign, which can create lots of passionate, enthusiastic, and lively energy. You know, fire energy is very emotional. So I know they say water signs could be emotional, but the fire signs actually are more emotional because it's what they bring out. So quick little note. But the moon will be 2 degrees next to Chiron, as you can see here. So this could be a very emotional full moon. Even the days before this new moon, we'll just say maybe 2 or 3 days, or maybe a week, you can kind of start feeling the orb, to a week after or something. So, I mean, this video is a little late from the actual day, but we are kind of still, you know, in this, in that orb of, dealing with painful wounds and old emotions and people from the past, and it's like, but it's time to release it. It's the full moon's in Aries, which is about the self. So this is like letting go of like who you think you are, or who you know, what's been holding you back. Chiron is the wounded healer. It is about, you know, looking at your wounds and finding some type of thing that can heal you from, you know, wherever Chiron is right now. And it's in Aries, so this is about the self. This is about, you know, the individual. So this is going to be very emotional, and they are opposing the Sun and Venus and Libra. So, you know, the moon is just reflecting, you know, what the Sun and Venus are doing, which is, all about, you know, balance. It's all about balance. It's all about balance in our relationships, keeping the peace, keeping the harmony, keeping things just, you know, leveled out. But because the moon is next to Chiron and it's opposing not only the Sun but opposing Venus, this could be a little uncomfortable in how we are dealing with our relationships. You know, we're gonna have to find out some. We're gonna have to find some balance between what we want and what others need, and or just kind of, yeah. And basically, that's what it's basically all about. So there's so much more going on in the background of the, you know, besides this full moon. We just had Pluto over here stationed direct. I believe it was the day before the full moon on the 8th of October. So, I mean, Pluto's a powerful planet, you know, let alone. So it's all about, it's all about power, fear. It can represent governments because it's in the sign of Capricorn, you know, the sign of the tradition, the sign of the, you know, of like systems and governments, like I said. So, you know, Pluto's been, you know, since 2008, Pluto's been in the sign of Capricorn. So we've seen so many things, you know, so many corrupt things, so many things just blow out of proportion, and just like the world has been such a different place since Pluto's been in here. But let me get back to this. So, you know, and okay, not only that, and then as we get, you know, couple weeks later past this full moon, as the moon starts to wane, we're going to be getting closer to the couple eclipses that we have over the next, you know, few weeks. The moon will eventually go around the zodiac, come back to the sun, and end up being a new moon in Scorpio, but it's going to be a partial solar eclipse. So eclipses bring big changes, massive changes, guys. So things aren't going to be, let's just say, leveled out for the over the next month or maybe 2. You never know, because this stuff lingers, bro. So like the orb of the eclipses is basically like 4 to 6 weeks before the actual eclipse. So ever since like the new moon in Libra, we've been kind of feeling this, you know, the eclipse is creeping in on us. So massive changes is what the eclipses bring. It's like a quantum leap. They're like portals in a way, you know. It's dramatic change. There's so much changing in the world right now. We could see that globally and maybe in your personal lives. Everything's changing. So anyways, we also have Jupiter almost, well, he's almost in back in. So Jupiter has been in Aries over the past summer. Things have been changing for that area of your life, but Jupiter is coming back to Pisces because it's in retrograde right now. And that's going to be another huge shift. I mean, we've been dealing with Jupiter and Pisces, you know, most of the year. So it's like we're not really done with that Jupiter and Pisces year, because Jupiter spends about 1 year in each sign. Sometimes it enters a sign like it did this year. It entered Aries, and then it stationed retrograde and now it's been going backwards. So Jupiter will be going back into Pisces, like right after that solar eclipse, right at the end of the month. I don't want to talk too much about that because that'll be the next video, but I just wanted to mention a few things like that. So let's talk about the main aspects now and go over 1 second. Look at my notes. Okay, so the main aspects I already kind of talked about is, like, you know, the sun and the moon's conjunct Chiron, opposing Venus and the sun. But let's look at Mercury real quick. So Mercury has been in retrograde. It's still kind of in its orb. By the time I'm recording this now, he's out of his shadow. His retrograde's done. But during this full moon, Mercury has been in retrograde in Libra and Virgo, and it's been opposing Neptune and Jupiter over this time period. And you know, we've been dealing with this aspect for a while. So Mercury, you know, at this time is still, like I said, in its pre-shadow territory. Mercury is still, you know, what this means of like Mercury opposing, you know, Neptune. Let's just start with that first. It's confusing, you know. It's confusing communication, misunderstandings, a lot of fogginess to what maybe what you're communicating and what you're being, what you are processing at the moment, or like with people or with the media, because that media, Neptune also represents media. So a lot of illusions could be, you know, happening. But it's just, you have to really like look between the lines and like really understand. Like Mercury's in Virgo at this point. Like Mercury in Virgo is all about the detail. Well, that's Virgo in general. It's all about the details. It's all about being analytical, doing like just focusing on those little tiny little details, you know, the fine print. And you put Mercury in there, which is really strong. Mercury basically is exalted in Virgo. It rules Virgo. So it makes Mercury very powerful. But the problem is opposing Neptune and Pisces. So it's like, yeah, you want to know all the details, get to the nitty gritty of everything, but you are being challenged by illusions and people that don't maybe agree with you, or maybe people that just are not on the same page as you are, on the same level. So you might have to deal with some tension there when it comes to conversations and stuff. So, but once Mercury gets back into Libra, which he is already at this time, but I think it's actually the day after this full moon in Aries. So it's like the full moon in Aries happens the next day, Mercury enters Libra. So Mercury in Libra is all about, you know, taking the conversations, taking our thought processes, and really focusing on just relating to other people. And it'll be opposing Jupiter, like I said. And we've been dealing with this. This is kind of like facing big truths, because, you know, Jupiter is all about, you know, Jupiter is the biggest planet. It's all about truth. It's all about expansion. It's all about, you know, wisdom and stuff. So when Mercury gets back into Libra, opposes Jupiter, there may be some, like I said, truths or some conversations are gonna, they're not gonna feel right in a way. But like, I mean, it's not too negative, I should say, but the conversations you might have with people, maybe older people and authority figures, they'll end up, you know, kind of crossing your path by like giving you a second chance to actually look at what you're trying to learn from what you're receiving, if that makes sense. I think I'm like kind of going off here, but this is just dealing with you know, bigger truths and trying to balance those maybe the wisdom that you are, you know, trying to receive, and you're not getting all the details and not all like everything all at once. Everything's kind of maybe out of place right now, because these planets are still at the point of this transit, are still in this like retrograde phase in a way. So things are not going to make sense, you know, with Mercury opposing Neptune or Jupiter. The next aspect I want to talk about is the moon making a sextile to Saturn over here, which is pretty positive, I'll say. Like, that's okay. Give us a positive transit with Saturn. You know, this is productive. This aspect is a great time to focus on your emotions, and anything that like I said, get you it's all about productive work. And if you put in the work and you enjoy it, it can actually manifest, or you can earn something by putting the time in what you are maybe investing in or just working on or whatever. But this can help you find new ways of security, or maybe connecting on a better emotional way when you're dealing with, you know, maybe authority figures, or just with any long-term plans that you're trying to do. So this will help you, you know, it'll just feel a lot smoother, instead of like, you know, putting in the hard work and doing the daily grind. Like, this is kind of like, okay, this is an opportunity to, like, you know, make your work more productive and enjoy it by now. And the sun and Venus eventually will be trining Saturn, you know, a few days after this full moon. And this aspect with the sun and sun trining Saturn is a great for, you know, commanding presence. It can give you a commanding presence that can help you effectively manage like your work. Like I just said, this is a trine though. So like an aspect, like the sextile is something small. It's not really like too loud. You actually have to put in the time and, you know, let's just say the time and work to actually do whatever this combination is offering you. But a trine is like a helping hand. Like the sun in Libra, you know, it's all about the self. It's not really the sun in Libra is putting its focus towards relationships and other people, and like kind of like combining those energies together, just so, you know, you can relate to people and, you know, keep the peace and stuff. Trining Saturn in Aquarius, I mean Saturn in Aquarius we've had for the past 2 years. You know, Saturn's about, you know, boundaries, limitations, authorities, and Aquarius is all about, you know, the people, technology, the future, and like just like large groups of people. So this is like combining both of like that air energy, Libra and Aquarius, and just like making it easier to work with others, and to, you know, I don't know, that's all I can really like basically say. Like it's making it easier to be more productive, and you know, maybe work that requires other people and help. So this is really good, you know. Then Venus will eventually make that trine, making it a lot smoother too. So I mean, like this, like Saturn is exalted in Libra. Saturn likes to be in Libra, so it's like the sun and Venus are you know, beaming those rays of Libra towards Saturn and Aquarius, and it's like it's really helping. I mean, Saturn and Aquarius is comfortable because it rules Aquarius. But yeah, this is just like making it easier to work with others and be connected and just, you know, just enjoy the time that what you guys can make for each other. So it's really interesting. Okay, I think that's all I really want to talk about. So let's jump into all 12 signs. So let me get this right real quick. All right, let me set this to, we're gonna start with Aries. Okay, Aries, if you're an Aries sun or rising, excuse me. So Aries, this is happening in your first house. This full moon will be in the house that rules identity, physical appearance, and impressions. This will help you to release any painful wounds about the way you present yourself, or just the way you have the way people see you will be shifted, to make you to understand who you are, and it's showing you that any painful wounds that you've had or you've dealt with, there is the time to let it go now. You can finally release it and be more confident in healing, some certain aspects about yourself and the way you present yourself. This can represent your body too. Maybe you've been dealing with some health, issues, and there's just been, this will be the time to actually, make those better choices of keeping you more healthy in a way. So yeah, so, and it can also help you to let go of any unwanted emotions that affect your impressions and approach to life, and how you connect to one-on-one people and how they affect you. Yeah, I mean, this is really just releasing the self, releasing the individual image of how you've seen yourself maybe in the past or something. So very interesting for you, Aries. So yeah, I would just recommend just being more confident. I mean, Aries are already confident in the way they are, so and just let go of any uncertainty about yourself. So let's move on to Taurus. All right, so Taurus, this full moon is happening in your 12th house. This full moon being in your 12th house, the house that rules the subconscious, mental health, and isolation, just seclusion and stuff. But this is it's a full moon. It's showing you, it's illuminating something, and it's illuminating your blind spots more, and it's letting you to release any uncomfortable emotions, or maybe just some kind of stress in a way. I mean, because the 12th house is focused on the mental health, so there's something on the mental health of yourself, and or your subconscious self, or whatever. There's something here being shown that there's these painful emotions about maybe who you are, or who you kind of hide yourself, or certain things that you hide from other people could be seen at this time. And while the moon is conjunct Chiron, like I said, it's the wounded healer, so there's probably some painful situations that are probably from this point on will start to heal some type of quality that you have. Like I said, you'll be able to take a look at these blind spots more often and maybe heal certain emotions that have kept you blocked, or that you have kept secret or hidden. You have to address them now. It's the only way to heal them, basically. That's what I'm trying to get to. So you could be dealing with a lot of hurtful emotions. This could be from other people. This could actually be hidden enemies, because hidden enemies is what you see in the 12th house. So What I would recommend for you Tauruses is to just deal with what you have to deal with. Address these uncomfortable like situations that are keeping your like mentality like unstable, or just like there's so much coming in that you're not really understanding or whatever, but it will heal from this point on, but you need to be aware of it. So that's what I can say about you Tauruses. So let's move on to Geminis. All right, Geminis. So this full moon is happening in your 11th house. The 11th house it rules friends, large groups, gains, what you earn from your career. It's just like the community house in a way. It's what your community is. It's what you earn from your community, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So, the full moon in the 11th house. This will help you to release any painful wounds you've had if you have dealt with hurtful things with colleagues, hurtful situations with colleagues or friends or anyone in your community. This can help you. The energy will shift your focus to, don't be focused on like the hurtful things that people have caused you, let's just say, and become more focused on like just healing those emotions or those situations that you've had with people. And it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's gonna feel very overwhelming, but like I kind of said with the Tauruses, you have to address these things. We're all addressing these things, but like in Gemini's rising circumstances, this is happening in the area where you are dealing with large groups of peoples, and there might be a lot going on for you in that area. It could be stressful, but honestly, it will heal. You'll start to understand like why these painful situations have happened, and what you need to do now is just be more connected, socially, maybe network more online, or just maybe there's certain things that you need to address to someone, maybe your friends. Maybe they're going through something big and you have to be the one to help them, or it could be the other way around. So what I would recommend for you Geminis is it's all right, if you're dealing with a lot of hurtful things, or dealing with a lot of people that are just overwhelming you. It's all right. Maybe you need to start helping people in a way. Maybe you will start to heal them if you stay connected to these people. Maybe that's what they need in a way. But having it in Aries, it's really just showing like what you can do, honestly. It's not really like what other people could do. Like if it was a full moon in Libra, maybe I could say the other way around, like you helping others, but maybe others need to help you heal in a way. That's what I could say about that, but yeah, that might be uncomfortable, but it'll help you to heal these relationships in a way about who you are and other people. So let's move on to Cancers. So Cancer risings, like I said before, I'm doing this for the rising signs mainly, but if you want to look at your sun sign or moon sign or any other placements, but I'm really mainly focused here on doing it for your rising signs because it's the most important thing to really look at if you're looking at a whole chart. So Cancer risings, this full moon is happening in your 10th house. 10th house of career, reputation, public life. So there's something there's something here that needs to be released, and will help you to release any painful wounds you've had to deal with, like in your career or in your job, or what you are known for. Like there's been maybe some hurtful feelings or situations that you've dealt with in this area of life, and it's time to just, obviously it's a full moon, it's time to let it go. It's time to just release anything that no longer serves your point of view in like the spot you are working in, like the area of life you're working in. Like like it'll help you to release your reputation on something you are known for. So maybe you have dealt with a lot of painful injuries, not really injuries, but maybe painful people or painful situations in your career in the past, and this will be the time to like get more responsible and honest with yourself in how you can, shift your perspective on like hurtful things in like your job, or just what people know you for. This is the place of the public life. This is the only place that people see you at your higher self, like at your not highest self like spirituality, but like your most public self in a way. That's what I'm trying to say. So like there's something here that you are finally, hopefully you are finally time to release that image of like who you are and what you are known for. So just really look at your maybe look at your job or your reputation, or just what people know you for, and if there's any painful things that you have dealt with, like it's time to address that. It's time to address those situations to bring more healing so you can heal in your career. Like it's all about you. Like this full moon is about showing who the individual is and healing the individual. So there's something here that you need to let go of that could be very uncomfortable dealing with, but it could turn out to be something very healing for you and what you are known for. So like that's what I'm getting from this. So yeah, let me see, any other things I want to say. Just get more responsible and honest with yourself and your career, because that's the only way you can ensure like a solid structure for yourself and your well-being, and what you can do for what others see you as, what you're known for. So all right, let's move on to Leo risings. Okay, so Leos, this full moon is happening in your 9th house. All right, so the 9th house is about beliefs, philosophy, higher education, politics, you could say. So if you're dealing with that, I don't want to get political on here. So there's a lot of things in 9th house. Anyway, so there's some, let's just talk about the maybe beliefs. Like maybe you are dealing with other people's beliefs and maybe their worldview and their wisdom, and there's something here that you need to heal and come to terms with. Let me see, this will help you to release any, like I said, painful wounds when it comes to different perspectives or beliefs or politics, like I just mentioned, that other people that you have with other people, or that you hear from other people. So there could be some kind of clash between that, of like your views and beliefs versus other people's beliefs. But it'll shift if you really come down to it and like really balance this energy out, you'll be able to shift your focus to expand your mind and your worldview on what other people can teach you and what they've been through or something. So if there's been like any hurtful like situations with that, you will be able to address them and come into terms that like it's okay to be different and have different perspectives about things, because other people could like educate you about their wisdom and what they got from like maybe just different cultures and stuff. Like different cultures, you can learn a lot from different cultures and from other people, because everybody's, you know, has their own story. So if you're dealing with any like hurtful feelings or hurtful, you know, knowledge or something that maybe you need to deal with and address, it'll be the time to heal and let go of like what you only know. Like expand your mind, Leos. Let other people teach you when you don't, you know enough or something. So that's what I'm getting from this. All right, so let's move on to Virgos. All right, Virgo risings. All right, this is happening in your 8th house. The 8th house that rules shared resources, debts, taboo topics, intimacy. So this will help you to release any painful wounds you've had in that, you know, with those certain topics. And when it comes to like inheritance with other people, like this is another, like what you earn, not really what you earn, but because the 8th house is your partner's resources. So like maybe there's been a lot of hurtful things dealing with other people's resources, and now you have to come to terms to be okay with what other people can share for you, you know, share with you, if I should say. Yeah, this will just shift your focus, you know, becoming more reliant, being an asset to others when it's time to be. And maybe if there's been some hurtful things you've dealt with by, you know, helping other people, or dealing with maybe taxes or something, you know, that's another thing. 8th house rules. You'll be able to address them and let go of any hurtful ideas or conversations, or just anything that has caused you, you know, that has caused you pain or something. Maybe you're trying to get out of debt and it's finally time for you guys to, you know, get out of debt from this point on, but it'll probably take a little bit of healing and time to like really let go of what you've dealt with other people and what they have helped you with or something. So that's what I'm getting from that. All right, let's move on to Libra risings. All right, so Libras, this is happening in your 7th house, house of relationships, partnerships, romantic partnerships, agreements. This will help you to release any painful wounds you have dealt with in any past relationship. Maybe you've dealt with a past relationship that has caused you lots of pain, lots of hurtful feelings, and things that have just caused you so much, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. So this will be the time to release all that, mainly like let it go, let them go. Don't worry about these people anymore. If you are dealing with something hurtful, it's probably trying to teach you something, and that you need to let go of it. So yeah, if you've dealt with any of that, you know, this is the time to let it go, let them go, because there could possibly be another, you know, person or relationship, you know, in the coming months or weeks better for you, you know. So this will shift your focus on maybe initiating with more people from this point on, or maybe making more agreements or commitments with other people that can that you normally would relate to, and like who you're like. The 7th house is who, like your relationships that are, you know, like a one-on-one, like daily, like your close people, your close relationships in a way. So like this is what you deal with on a daily basis. So like I said, maybe you'll be able to initiate more with other people, maybe go out more and be around people or something. Could be something around those topics. But yeah, if you've dealt with any hurtful, feelings with other people, this will be the time to let it go. So let them go. All right, let's move on to Scorpios. Scorpio risings. All right, so this Scorpios, this is happening in your 6th house. The 6th house is what rules your work, daily routines, health, physical health, like actual physical problems, and sickness and illnesses and all that stuff. So, all right, so this will help you to release any painful wounds you have dealt with, on your day-to-day routines. Maybe you've dealt with some hurtful things in your work or with some colleagues, and this will be the time to address those problems and get down to like what has caused you those hurtful emotions. This is the time to look at your health as well, your physical health, maybe a diet you've been trying to, maybe your diet, I should say, and the diet you've been going on and consuming, maybe a certain diet has caused you some pain, some physical, health issues or whatever. But this will be the time to really understand your health a lot better and release any things that no longer serve your health. Let's see what else. That's about it, I think. Yeah. So just if you have to deal with any kind of sickness, or you have been dealing with any kind of physical injuries or illnesses of some kind, this is the time to either go check it out and go solve the problem. Maybe you need to go to the doctors for something, or this is the time to maybe start a new diet or get more healthier, or do some kind of fitness training or something that can get you the right healthy look, or just the right health, the healthy what's the word I'm talking, oh my god. So just this is the time to work on your health. And if you have dealt with any hurtful things dealing with your health or people at work, this will be the time to address them, maybe fix things up a bit, and just let it go. Let the things go that no longer serve either your service, because that is also a 6th house thing, is service. So maybe the way you're serving people is finally being shifted. So that's something to look at around this time. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is happening in your 5th house. The 5th house rules creativity, romance, desires, pleasure, love, all that fun stuff. This full moon will help you to release any painful wounds you have dealt with. If you are going through any apprenticeship programs or trainings or any creative projects that you've been working on, this will be the time to let it go, because it'll eventually heal your creative side, so you can maybe show people these just have a little fun with it in a way. That's what I'm trying to get to right here. Maybe this will also shift your perspectives on children, and maybe dealing with children. If you are dealing with children, maybe you were trying to have a kid, and maybe in a past you couldn't have a kid, and that has caused you internal pain. And this is the time maybe you find out that you're able to have children in that sort of a sense or whatever. But if you're working with children, or maybe if you've dealt with painful things with children, this will be the time to release it, let it go. And but your creative side, you can take your creative side to the next level by this, or find things that that you want, and like what feels good. You know, it's all about pleasure. So maybe in the past, you haven't really been you know, you haven't really been so much of like an out there person, maybe, in a way, like showing people something like what you're creating. And this full moon in Aries is like letting you to like release those old wounds or old emotions that you've had. Like, just let it go, be yourself. It's saying like just show people what you are doing and just have fun with it. That's what I'm getting with it. So it's really exciting for us Sagittarius. I'm a Sag, so I'm with you. I'm like talking for myself. So I was excited about this full moon, but it's very emotional. It's a very emotional full moon. So let's move on to Capricorns. Capricorn, this falls into your fourth house of home, private life, your family, foundation. This will help you to release any painful wounds or emotions that has caused you pain, and like with your family members or in your in your home life. Maybe there's been a lot of hurtful things going on around the home, and like this is the time to like really like look at it and address any issues, and just like you need to address these problems. You know, like if there's certain people in your life, or in your family members or whatever, spouse or whoever's in your home life has caused you like just certain things in the past, like this will be the time to heal those things and, you know, make things more better in your family or in your home life. So this will shift your focus. If you deal with these issues, this will shift your focus on creating more security with the people you love, or the people you have, you know, created, or like the family you're connected with. Like you can find more security with those people. So that's what I can say about that. And like just trying to keep your home environment like just safe and secure, and even if things are like outrageous and overwhelming, and things in the home are just like have been crazy, like maybe you need to do something about it. Either, you know, talk with your partner, or talk with a certain family member, or someone that has caused you pain in your home life, or maybe childhood. This could represent early childhood. So this could go back all the way back to your like childhood, and you've like this is just the time to like really address that and let it go from this point on. So let's move on to Aquariuses. This is happening in your third house that rules communication, short trip travels, interests, relatives, siblings, neighbors, all that kind of stuff. But this full moon, I know it's showing it in Taurus now, but pretend the moon's still in Aries for like the last two signs. This full moon in Aries will help you to release any painful wounds when it comes to like siblings or like neighbors or just people in your environment. Like maybe in the past you've dealt with like some certain social issues with people, or this could be, you know, like people that are close to you, that has caused you lots of pain in the way you've maybe communicated something to them. Maybe you've said something to a close friend, and it's always caused them pain. It's caused you pain because this is focusing on yourself. So maybe someone has caused you some type of pain, either in what they've said to you, or either in like somewhere in your local area. Like you meet up with someone and you just, like, the person that has caused you pain, you need to address this. You know, you need to address it so you can grow from this and let go of it. So because it will shift, if you address these issues, you'll be able to shift your perspectives in the way you're communicating with others. Maybe you need to connect with people in a different way that you used to. Maybe you used to be a little outrageous in the way you connected with people socially, and now is the time to like address those issues and problems and be more connective to other people. You know, maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need a fresh start, and maybe you need to let go. Not really fresh start, because this is a full moon, so this is a time to like really let things go from the past. This is illuminating all of that, all those issues and hurtful feelings you've dealt with. So there's something here, you know, like I said, with siblings, with people in your environment, close people that you interact with on a daily basis. Address these problems. This will help you to feel better, honestly, to heal emotionally. I believe that's what I'm getting from this. This is the only way to like really like connect, be more connective to other people. So let's move on to the last sign, Pisces. So Pisces, this is happening in your second house. Just pretend the moon's in your second house. I know it's in Taurus right here, but let's just pretend. Okay, so the moon's in the second house. This full moon's in the second house. The second house rules finances, resources, and values. This will help you to release any painful wounds when it comes to like possessions or any dealings with money, or just the way you're like what supports you, your support system. Maybe in the past you've dealt with a lot of hurtful things in what you've tried to own or what you've tried to invest in. But this will be the time to maybe let it go, let those hurtful feelings go, and just put in the time to invest in these things. Maybe that's the only way to feel, to get healed from all of those, you know, hurtful things. Maybe like something about your resources in the past. You didn't have the right resources in the past, and that has caused you pain because you couldn't maybe do certain things to own or value. But this will be the time, like I said, invest your time into something that actually feels, that will heal you from what you've wanted to do, what you've wanted to like earn, what you've wanted to focus on how to grow in a way. This will shift your focus on towards wealth. You know, you're finally like, you know what, I've done this in the past and it's caused me pain. Maybe a certain job or a certain way you've worked or something, because it's like work ethics is what is ruled by in the second house. So maybe your work ethic has been a little choppy, a little not really so good, but maybe you'll be able to see those problems and see those issues and work past those obstacles, you know. So just put in the time, invest your time into doing something that can bring more wealth, more savings, more earnings or something. So that's what that's what I'm getting from this for you, Pisces. So that's about it. All right. Thank you all for being here. I love and appreciate all of you. If you want to join me on Patreon, support me by clicking the link in the description below. I'll leave that in the description. I do these monthly things, these monthly horoscopes. I do a lot more stuff on Patreon than I do on YouTube, but it would mean the world to me if you did support, because so my channel can grow and I can expand doing these horoscopes for you guys. So please like, share, subscribe, do all that, and I will see you in the next video.